invited Dr. Hiroki Narita to share his ongoing project in collaboration with a few other researchers, a linguistic researcher, including Ken Takita, on a project that he calls GrammarXiv. So it's a large-scale database on the linguistic theory. So this session has 1 hour, but I will just decide to let Hiroki and Ken to just talk and advertise the GrammarXiv project the best way they want. So we of course have a Q&A and suggestion corner after their demonstration, but just I let them take the floor. So Hiroki and Ken, please fire away.
Thank you very much. So I'm Hiroki Narita, and I will lead the first half of this tutorial. Then Keisuke Takita will lead the second half of the tutorial. So Ryusuke Kubota could not make it today. So this is our top title page. So Yusuke Kubota could not make it today, and he sent his best regards to us, to you. In this tutorial, we would like to introduce to you a forthcoming open access database for linguistic knowledge, which we named GrammarXiv. The website looks like this. The URL is grammarxiv.net. The database is yet under development, but we firmly believe that when launched, it will surely change our way of doing linguistic research. At the top page says the beta version will be released on January 1st, 2024. So please mark your calendar. We are very much excited to meet you again on this platform, starting enlightening discussions. So here's our roadmap. After a brief introduction to section 2, in section 2, we will discuss what we believe to be the right way to construct an open access database for linguist truth. This is section 2, which will be presented by me, Hiroki Narita. Then we will discuss some concrete examples of our database entries in section 3, to be presented by Kensuke Takita. And section 4 concludes the discussion. The GrammarXiv project is currently based on these 2 national grant projects, and three of us, today's presenters, are part of the larger organizing committee. Note the first grant contains elliptical structure in the title, so it is our duty to discuss ellipsis among other things, like acceptability judgment in the second grant. So the 3 presenters today are among the core members of the emerging project. And this is an even larger list of people who have been kindly providing support for us. And we hope that you all will be interested in joining forces for this exciting project. Okay, so what's GrammarXiv? Long story short, it is a database for linguist truth, including theories, hypotheses, data, relations, explanation, etc. It has 5 major functions. First, it's open access, so anybody can freely use it. Second, it enables collaborative editing of entries, so you can also add and edit the content. We also provide various means of smart and flexible linking, as well as cross-search over multiple sources. So you can find and connect various kinds of entries like hypotheses, theories, data, etc., etc. Finally, it also serves as a social networking platform, so you can freely post comments, like and dislikes, and discuss issues with your colleagues. The 5th function is perhaps significant because it is this property that most vividly differentiates GrammarXiv from other existing open access services. So GrammarXiv is different from wiki-type services like Wikipedia or a linguistic version of it, Glopedia. It's also different from any types of corpus like Koka, Kola, etc. It's different from databases of publications like PubMed, connected papers, etc. We also emphasize that our database is not in itself a social networking platform like ResearchGate, academia, Facebook, etc. Well, as you know, many conversations among linguists are happening right now in these social networking platforms, but we'd like to offer another option to you guys. Why we are constructing this database, and in particular, why social networking and peer review? To answer this question, let us explain what we mean by linguist truth. Now we move to section 2. We will first discuss what is truth. We will then discuss why we collect linguist truth, Saxon genitive, not simply truth. We will also have to say something about who qualifies as linguist in the relevant sense. Okay, first, let's see what is truth. People can call a variety of things truth, and the word truth basically means propositions that are reasonably judged true. So it can be your theories and frameworks you're adapting for your research, your assumptions on which your analysis is based, or your proposals or your data you're putting forward in your publications. Truth can also be implicit, like including your visions, presuppositions, naive intuitions, judgments, your research ethics, etc., etc. So GrammarXiv, a database for linguist truth, aims at collecting all these varieties of propositions. Its entries can be, for example, acceptability judgment data, which are often presented with stars and question marks, okay marks in linguist conversations, right? It's not a mere strings of words. It actually means that such and such string is unacceptable or acceptable, or such and such string is less acceptable than such and such string to a native speaker of such and such language. That's what the data actually means. We also collect hypothesis entries like extended projection principle, etc., etc. And also publications like Chomsky in 1995, etc., which can be understood as a prose-based, well, I don't know, prose-based collection of the author's truths to that day. Theories can also be understood as connected sum of axioms and inference rules, or I don't know, conjunction of propositions. Truths can also be relational. Propositions can also be relational. So, for example, take a look at 5. Chomsky, 1995, judges EPP true. This is a proposition, of course, and it can be either true or false. And so it is a relation from publication entry Chomsky, 1995, to the hypothesis entry EPP. So someone can, we coined the term for this type of truth attribution relation, which we call true vote. So someone can true vote some proposition when the person judges the proposition to be true. Relation can also be from, I don't know, hypothesis to data, like the one in 6. EPP can explain such and such data. 7, it can also be the relation can also be from publication to data, publication to hypothesis, etc. So 7, Chomsky 1995 can explain 1A. That's fine as well. We can also construct relations over theories like the one in 8. Chomsky 1995 is incompatible with category of grammar, etc. And if you create your account in GrammarXiv, then you can also create a variety of relations from your user entry to other types of entries. So if you register, and you can also start adding your own true votes to the database. So for example, I have an account, obviously. Hiroki Narita can true vote such and such data. or you can false both, of course. False both is the opposite of true both. So Hiroki Narita, well, EPP, I have something to say about EPP, so I can put my false both to that hypothesis entry. Or you can, let's see, some another, well, Yusuke Kubota is one of our presenters, and Yusuke Kubota can true both categorical grammar instead of some other theories. And remember, this is a database for propositions, meaning statement can be either true or false. So you can true both, or rather false both, virtually all entries you find in GrammarXiv. And importantly, you can also have relation over relation. Your relation, so Kensuke Takita can true both such and such relational propositions, like the one in 12. Kensuke Takita true both 7, which is that Chomsky 99.5 can explain 1A. Yeah, you can believe some very complex propositions, of course, and you can true both and false both these things as well. Well, importantly, these truths will connect to each other to form a tangled wave of relations that can be represented as a graph. So when a sufficient number of entries are collected, then the graph will become complex and mingled, therefore informative. For example, this is, it's not working, I don't know. Perhaps it's not. Well, here we have a database here. And the first demonstration was, yeah, for example, if you, sorry, let's clear away. Sorry. Oh, sorry. For example, we can, for example, search the incompatible relation within the database. So if you do that, then the result would be something like this. Please come. Sorry, the network is slow, so maybe we have to wait a bit. But let's see what happens. So incompatible relation can be either between theories and theories, or you can have an incompatibility relation from hypothesis to data or data to data. Incompatibility, which basically means one entry can be true. If one entry is true, then the other entry must be false. This kind of relation. It's not working. I don't know. I think, let me try again. Please. This tutorial, I will be busy, so I have to let my hands off the mic. It's searching something. Well, maybe we will be doing some static demonstration later. Oh yeah, here it is. So you have an incompatible relation between data and hypothesis and things. So for example, if you zoom in, I don't know what it is, but Abe 2011 LR linguistic review, perhaps. Argument ellipsis is the last result option. So this is a hypothesis, and this hypothesis incompatible with Sakamoto's example 37. This is the data from Sakamoto, I think. Data is, oh, there must be some example. It's go missing. Oh, yeah, here it is. Taro ga jibun wo Hanako ga homeru mae ni hometa. Yeah, this is, so at this point, we are finding the optimal design or visualization of the collected data. And it's still premature, but please be patient. So here you have an incompatibility relation from hypothesis to data, or you can find incompatible relation from hypothesis, from hypothesis to publications. And yeah, if you zoom out, then the font is going away, and that's not very clear, at least for now. But yeah, you will see what happens in January 1st. We will find the best solution to this problem. We're working on this. Okay. Demonstration 2, which is so obviously the video is not working. Let's see. Demonstration 2 is supposed to show that if it shows entries that Yusuke Kubota and Chris Kennedy's opinions differ, where these two authors have differences in opinions. Those which one believe, well, maybe I can show that in the graph. So it was the search phrase I named this diff Kubota Kennedy. If you do that, maybe it takes time, but let me try. Yeah, here it is. Here is obviously Kubota. The ID is different, but anyway, this is Yusuke Kubota. Yusuke Kubota has a bunch of papers, also of Kubota living 2020 or Kubota living 2017. And it has some possible to some entry like hypothesis movement and deletion analysis of ellipsis. Okay, they not like they don't like that idea. So this idea is true-voted by Kennedy 2003, and yeah, and this is how this is the point where Kubota and Kennedy differ in their opinions, and you have a bunch of data point that goes this direction. So for example, Kennedy false votes anaphoric analysis of ellipsis, and this is what Kubota true votes, okay? Yeah, things like that. So you can do this kind of powerful search over in over the collected entries in GrammarXiv, okay? Third one, path between Yosuke Sato and Yuta Sakamoto within 4 hops. Let's hope that we can show that on the graph. Yosuke Sato, relation chain, Yuta Sakamoto. Let's see what happens. Maybe we have to wait a bit. Relation chain. Oh yeah, here it is. Let's see what they think is true. Okay. Here is I think Sato. Sato has a bunch of papers, and Sato has Sato 2022. It true votes semantic approach to neg-raising, and it's something that I don't know where's Sakamoto. So here's Sakamoto. Sakamoto has syntactic approach to neg-raising, and it's incompatible with semantic approach to neg-raising. So these two authors are related to each other within these 4 hops of relations. Okay, and there are other paths to reach from Sakamoto to Yosuke, and I don't know. I'm not familiar with this data after all. So, for example, Sato has Sato 2019, which false votes PF deletion hypothesis. I don't know if this is true or not, but yeah, you don't remember. Okay. So, and this is something that Sakamoto also false votes. So, so this is another way to reach from Sakamoto to Sato or vice versa. Okay. Oh, the video is sometimes working. Okay. Here, the false one. Oh, this video is working. Sum of false vote directed towards Kubota's truth. So if you're Yusuke Kubota, you obviously want to know who criticized you, and that's the way you search over GrammarXiv. So you can search your entries, and you can also simultaneously search the false voters to you. And that's how you represent, how you find the data. Let's go to demonstration 5. Oh, it's working, the video. So here, this is just a disconnected graphs. So Hiroki Narita has such and such truth, a set of truth, whereas Yusuke Kubota has such and such sets of truth. Obviously, this is Kubota's truth. This is my truth, and obviously Yusuke Kubota is much more hardworking than me, but that's how it looks like right now. Okay. At the current stage, the two graphs that we showed here are not connected, but this often happens in linguistics, right? Especially given that these are varieties of different theories and frameworks that linguists are working on. And this point directly relates to the fact that every single researcher has a different set of truths, right? Perhaps in an ideal John Lennon type of world, we can imagine all the people sharing all the word, all the truths. There is no religion, but that's not that imaginary world is not yet in front of us. So maybe we have to accept the fact that for the time being, everyone has a different set of truths, right? And this is not a bad thing in academia after all, I think, because the discrepancy among people's opinion is the reason why we do our research after all, right? And what you do in academic research is that, so you describe or you propose your truth in your publications. This can be hypothesis, theory, data, your node that you believe to be true. You sort of put forward your truth and see what happens in the society. And you collect truths from your allies, your friends and colleagues. And perhaps your enemies can also prove out your hypotheses and theories. And you would like to dismiss or defend yourself. And you would like to dismiss falsehood and defend your truth from criticism and doubts, right? And and if you're doing this, and then this can be very densely represented as a graph, and GrammarXiv can help you accelerate your research on this direction. And of course, open discussion is vital to the academic research, of course, and especially systematic accumulation of falsehoods will be a key to stable progress in science. And if your truth can stand up peer review and I don't know, gain many truths across the world, then you're doing something right, I think. Meanwhile, it also happens in linguistics that some entries, be they data or generalization, etc. Maybe some data or some entries fall short of repeatability and other objectivity tests, as you all know. You're of course familiar with a situation where you find some data from some other language, some generalization over certain languages which you don't know, and you don't have any intuition over that data or description, and you just have to watch the handout for that. That's the familiar situation in linguistics. But the situation is partly due to the fact that you cannot see the false spot behind the presentation. But if your research is empowered with GrammarXiv, then after all, you can find the dynamic accumulation of false but true both over the entries across the world. And that's what we would like to achieve in this project. Okay, last question. Well, last question in section 2 is that who qualifies the right kind of true voters? Obviously, you don't want to ask some stranger on the street to either true vote or false vote your hypothesis and data, right? You'd like to know what linguists think about your data and hypothesis. And so you would like to choose among the potential true voters. And so for acceptability judgment data from language L, then basically the native speaker of L's opinion values the most. And but you can't, in our system for the time being, we are collecting true votes and false votes from across the world without differentiating the voters. But we will do something more to that later. So for linguistic theories and hypotheses, professional linguist votes count, and much more discussion is needed to judge the truthfulness of them. And for that problem, we're now trying to create a badge system through which each user can claim and assume qualifications for voting. So for example, here is my user entry, Hiroki Narita, with some odd numbers here. So I am a GrammarXiv supporter, and I'm a native speaker of Japanese. And well, obviously I'm among the top 10 contributors of the GrammarXiv system. I'm a professional linguist, and I do some English teaching and English learner as well. So here I have my user entries show such and such qualifications, and each one of you will have different badges, different qualifications for true voting. And this is how we'd like to differentiate people and hopefully to filter out things in the right way. Okay, and of course, this is just a formal solution to that problem. And in the end, much more lively discussion is need to judge the truthfulness of them. And that's why we are constructing this database with social networking in building it. Okay, here now, Ken Takita will take over.
Okay, thank you, Hiroki. I'm Kensuke Takita, and now let me show you some concrete examples on our system. We are in section 3. So, please note that the system is under development. So the ones you will see this time may be different from the ones you finally enjoy after the system will be launched. Anyway, let's start. So this is this is a sample of data entries, which has to do with the so-called double O constraint. And sorry, this is not so relevant for Ellipsis, but let us start with rather simpler cases. Okay, so this entry says, can you show the actual one? Yes, thank you. This entry says this expression in the data section with this interpretation is unacceptable, marked with a star. And if you are a native speaker of Japanese and you agree with this judgment, you would true vote this entry by clicking the button here. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, and if you make a vote, you can also leave your comment from here. Okay.
Yeah, this is very simple. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But you can write a comment from here, and you can also see who have voted, who made what vote to these entries for something like this. Okay, so this is a list of true voters for this entry. And of course, you can force vote it from the, here. Here, Yohei has force voted. I don't know why, but and if you are not sure about this judgment, you can also click the third button, which we call uncertain vote. Okay, and if you are working on this kind of data and you'd like to know how people have reacted to this entry, you can follow this entry from this follow button. And you can access this page from the QR code, but I'm sure it might be too small. So I will send you the link via Zoom chat. Let's see. I just sent the link. And especially for iOS users such as iPhone, iPad, please use the link just we sent, not the QR code for technical reasons. And if you do want to use a QR code, please avoid using the code scanner function of your camera. please use a specific application to read the QR codes. Okay, maybe if you you access this page, maybe you are required to log in with your Gmail account. And if you do access this page, please try some voting. And yes, thank you. And you can, this might be, yeah. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, should we read those page?
Yeah. If you're reacting.
Oh yeah, someone. Thank you. Thanks so much. And could you go back to the slide?
Yeah.
And if you want to know what other entries are connected to this entry, you can use the graph system, which looks like this. And I saw sorry, that's small, but I know, I think Hiroki has demonstrated that on different entries. Okay, let's move on to another example. Yeah, thank you. Please, thank you. The example we saw in the previous slide is the one whose acceptability can be judged by the sentence alone, but things are not that easy. And certain phenomena require us to evaluate a single data point in relation with its context, or in the case of ellipsis, its antecedent plays a crucial role. So in this case, we'd like to know how this expression given in the data column is judged with respect to this antecedent sentence. So antecedent is その本を太郎は花子が買ったと言った。And the crucial data is the fact that その雑誌を次郎はellipsis 言わなかった is unacceptable. We'd like to know how many of us will agree with judgment. And because this is the data from my paper. So I'd like to know how many of you will agree with judgment. So, and in GrammarXiv, such information is provided in the way shown here. So the data point is given with its antecedent expression or its context. In this case, we have no context. Okay. Yeah. Again, maybe you can. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is my data. So let me ask you. Okay. Now you will see the link, and you can access to this entry. And I don't know how many of you will agree with this.
I have seen 30 here. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, only Japanese count, but
right. Yeah, but try voting for non-native speakers as well.
Later, we will create a badge system that differentiates the votes of native speakers from non-native speakers. So please vote. Of course, your theory can discuss data from the language you don't have in native intuition. That often happens in linguistics.
Thank you. So could you read?
Yeah. Let's see. It's 7 right now. 7-2. Oh.
Yeah.
one false.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's not see who put it.
Yeah, let's not. Okay, now let's move on to the third example. This is a kind of example which I believe is under discussion as the course talk yesterday has shown. So maybe you'd like to know its validity, or more positively, you'd like to know how much speaker variation exists for this kind of data. So it's a kind of data has to do with null adjunct reading discovered by Oku 1998. And you can, as for this kind of data, you can create a poll page from the button here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. The poll page looks like this, and ask your audience to participate. And let's skip the demonstration. Okay. And of course, you can create a poll on your own data during your conference presentation or your lecture on linguistics or whatever, whenever you come up new idea, new data. And this could offer a novel way of doing an interactive presentation and research.
Can I?
Yeah, sure,
jump
sure,
in? We are currently creating a way to present the both system in a way the survey works. So like here, maybe some of you would like to know. So here we have a Likert scale, a type of questionnaire. Yeah, we are constructing this type of questionnaire system as well. And you can ask either less, or you can have a 7-scale questionnaire, or you can choose 2 alternative first choice type of questionnaire as well. Yeah, we're constructing this type of system as well. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. So far, we have seen some samples of data entries, and the next slide, please. Okay. So, this is an entry for a specific hypothesis in this time piece rounding generalization. And yeah, this entry is the description shows that what this entry is about. So, language blah blah blah. Famous, our favorite previous pattern generalization. And the relations from and to this entry can be seen graphically as shown in, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Show it here. Sorry for the small picture. So, so this is the hypothesis. So there must be a set of data on which it is proposed, a publication and author arguing for it, and users who true vote it. As well as a set of data that poses a question to it, publication and author arguing against it, and users who false vote it. And all of these are important information for those who are interested in this hypothesis, and especially for those who are not so familiar with this kind of hypothesis. So those who just started researching on this topic. And I think we believe that it's quite helpful for that purpose as well. Now, finally, and we are also developing, as Hiroki suggested, for the data points, we are developing a system that helps us to create online surveys for collecting true votes and or false votes for hypotheses and other types of entries. And it looks like this. And now, please try one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, I will send you the URL for this survey from the chat box. So let me see. Yes. Please access to from the link. Okay. And here, yes, here we have selected 3 hypotheses that we ellipsis people are kind of familiar with. So the first one is non-consistent deletion, and the second one is non-isomorphic sleuthing, and the third one is the title is licensing and identification of pro, but it's actually a so-called Lobeck-Saito-Murasagi generalization that ellipsis must be licensed with an appropriate algorithm spec. Now, so if you are interested in on this kind of we linguists all can make both. So please try, because we have a little bit time. Yeah, and yes, by the way, for this tutorial, we have deliberately left the link to the actual entry page from this here. So if you click this, you will see the results before you are voting. But please do not. But of course, we will hide it in the beta version because it's kind of cheating. Okay. Yeah, good. Oh yeah. Sure, you must do it. Anyway, by the way, you can to vote a false vote by clicking the button or access to the QR code, or maybe you can click the QR code itself.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You can.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. Well, yeah. Let's see. Let's see the result.
First one.
Yes.
Okay.
That's relevant for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
so
6 and 13.
6 and 13. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Everybody. I know everyone. Okay.
Second one, yes. Non-marginal sourcing.
608. It suggested that many goes to answer.
Right. And actually, the description might be less informative for make a proper voting at this point. But if you participate in this database and if you write down many information, that's could be better.
Yeah, it will be embedded within a large set of graph propositions by graph.
Final one, yeah, Robert generalization. Okay, okay. So you have false model.
Well, it's just a few.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, anyway. Okay. In this way, we can make a presentation or your lecture more lively and interactive, and or you, of course, you can distribute the link to your survey to your colleagues or your students in order to enhance discussion whenever you want. Okay. So this is a demonstration and going back to the final session by Kipki.
Okay. Yes. So our future missions, let me explain that. We will release GrammarXiv version 1.0.0 in, let's say, 2025, 26, I don't know, hopefully sometime soon. A beta version will surely be coming soon this winter, spring, 2024. And our mission is that, of course, when launched, we have to gain users from across the world, empowering linguistic research and discussion across the board. Everyone has different qualifications. So I'm a Japanese native, but I cannot provide judgment data for Serbo-Croatian, Russian, things like that. So you have your own qualification for voting, and we'd like to have your power join here, okay? So every single person may provide valuable contributions to the field. Everyone is a linguist in a sense. And well, our future mission includes to extend the coverage of GrammarXiv to related fields, like, of course, applied linguistics, natural language processing, these, well, closed fields as well, but also investigation into the 3 factors of language design is at stake in our recent biolinguistic generative grammar research. So maybe mathematics, psychology, cognitive science, these related fields as well. Well, that's our future mission. So finally, this is our core hypothesis today. So GrammarXiv is gonna be the major breakthrough in the 21st century. GrammarXiv will significantly change the way we do linguistic research in the 21st century. If you would like to support, if you'd like to, well, if you agree with us, you're very welcome to true vote this hypothesis. This entry is also on the GrammarXiv. So yeah. Here is a link to the voting system. And if you don't agree with this hypothesis, please false vote and leave comments if possible on why you think we are off the mark. Opinions and comments from both sides are greatly appreciated. And I really want to see the results. So maybe I'd like to wait and see, but our time is running up. So maybe I should go to the last slide. If you want to keep updated for the GrammarXiv project or even feel like to provide future support for us, like L-native endorsement or some tutorial on your language, etc., you can also go to the badge system, badge entry page from this QR code and claim the GrammarXiv supporter badge. So if you're, let's see, if I go to this system, then of course I'm already a GrammarXiv supporter. So here, if you go to that page, you will find a blue link here, and you can click and you can claim your badge here if you like to do that. Okay. This is our message. We will provide this platform very soon to you guys, and our system will include social networking system where you can leave comments and discuss with your colleagues. So please join us on January 1st, 2024, or sometime soon. So thank you for listening, and I will take your question. We will take your questions now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for a nice demonstration, Hiroki and Kensuke. So we have 14 minutes for a discussion. So if you have comments, suggestions, feedback, or criticism, feel free to share.
Yeah, let's see the results. Yeah, please leave the comment. Okay. 5. Okay. Maybe we are not convincing enough, but yeah. Thank you very much for the 2 votes.
Maybe the access might be difficult.
Yep, perhaps.
The system still requires some certain login sign up.
That's a measure of
What is the overall vision behind creating this GrammarXiv, Hiroki, originally? What is the ambition behind it?
Well, there are many factors that lead to this project, but one of the things is that, so I don't like this field to be where friends, well, let me rephrase. So linguists would like to know what happens in speaker's mind, but you have to dig into people's mind only by talking to people. And if that's the way the field works, then most likely people who has many friends would win. And that's not how it should be. And if you're a physicist, then you can be trained to be a professional physicist by, I don't know, getting familiar with some skills and the devices and things. But if you'd like to be a professional or like talented linguist, maybe you should talk to friends. That's not what this field should be, and that's one of the reasons. The other thing is that, so in our, I don't know, at least at this point, if you have a paper submitted to some journal, and if you have a reviewer comments back, then one of the reviewers native speaker of your language, and they just get quarrel with your judgment data, and I don't believe this judgment is true or false, and that's that's not what happens in other fields in peer review. And well, that's also informative, of course, but there should be a way to collect these discussions in a more openly and more lively, and then there must be some platform for doing that, and this is another reason of this project.
I personally think that the most productive and effective discussion actually happens in a face-to-face platform like this.
Yeah.
Instead of that online platform where people just can just interact virtually. I don't get that this animated feeling that I can only have by meeting you, for example, face-to-face after 4 years. So that excitement can be made up, can be somehow managed so that this platform include more animated atmosphere in it.
Yeah, that's one thing we should try. But yeah, but Yosuke, of course, we are excited to meet in person. And after the meeting, we bring our excitement to home, and you get reading to your
there's an archive of discussions here.
And we should have both sides.
I see.
We have to have a lively discussion in person, and we have to have a way to openly and collectively accumulate our data and insights into the
I see.
database. And this
It's complementary.
yeah, this is
Okay,
complementary,
sure.
I think.
I think this is kind of an informal platform rather than journal publication, conference presentation. So I think it's another good point.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm one, like when we had a discussion last, when was that? Like few months ago. I was thinking about what is a targeted audience who would benefit most from this. And my answer was certainly my student won't benefit much from this level of description for two reasons. One is that description is just partial. So just look at the in situ sleuthing. We just have a definition, not a phenomena like you discussed with Hiroko in support of that. So student cannot learn much. The second, that researcher also cannot get critical information to figure out the issues that they should work on. So let's suppose they want to know what is the most recent analysis of phenomena P, but we don't know which analysis is recent or which analysis the people basically agree upon as a first approximation. So the order of the past analysis is not very visible from that network system. So my question is, what change would you make, if possible, to let the beginning students or the advanced researcher run from this large scale archive?
Of course, we would like to have a system beneficial to these promising young generations, and we would try our best to accommodate their needs. And yeah, the time older publications or the liveliness of the discussion, these things should be incorporated into the system or graph system. Maybe we can create a kind of heat map kind of visualization where you have lively discussed topic or papers having a bigger node or like, I don't know, denser, I don't know, color or something. And there are ways to perhaps incorporate your frustrations into the system, and we will try our best to accommodate your concerns. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anybody has things to say? Comment? We have 7 minutes to go before the next talk starts. Vita, do you have a question? Anyone? Then Hiroki, do you have any final words to add on before you close?
Well, so as we said, here we are constructing the system, and we are not released the beta version yet, but we are finalizing the database or the beta version. And if your comment at this point is very much appreciated, because we're gonna maybe we can incorporate your comments directly into the beta system. So please let us know your concerns and comments, and I don't know, criticism as well, so that we can try our best to do our finalization. Thank you.
Okay. So it's a little earlier, but let's stop here. Thank you very much, Hiroki and Ken, once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.